in case anybody, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you for starting the recording of this day 5 of Feast for the Soul. Based on the Mundaka Upanishad, we're going to really start to seek that which is deep within us, in that stillness and silence. So our practice today is going to just ease our body, ease our mind, ease everything into that space by withdrawing pratyahara. Pratyahara is from the 8 limbs of yoga, and it's the practice of withdrawal of the senses. So we'll do that by just checking in what's going on. Do I need anything else in my environment? Do you need an extra blanket or a cushion or to take care of a pet or anything like that? And then once you've that done, just see how are you fixed? How are you sitting down? Do you need to, put something under your feet? Ideally, you want a nice comfortable position so that your knees are just maybe slightly lower than your hips, ideally, but not that they're hunching them up. Feet are flat on the floor, ideally, unless you're sitting cross-legged. And then with your hands, I recommend that you just place them lightly in your lap like this. Palms open, ideally, not holding any sort of tension. I was talking to a girl at the wedding and she said she woke up the other morning, she'd been holding fists, and she had like the marks on her hands from even while she was asleep, she was holding this tension. So sometimes we can be holding tension without even realizing it. So just see if you can relax your hands as you let them just rest lightly on your lap. Now we're going to physically keep checking in. What else is happening? How's your back? How's your neck? What's happening with your shoulders? Do you need to roll them back? And just again, it's about letting go, softening your whole physical body. So this is about as much attention that you need to bring to your posture in this practice. Because comfort really is the key here to being able to meditate for a longer and longer period of time. Notice now what's happening around your neck, your throat, your jaw, and just see if there is any tension there. You could maybe open your mouth really wide for a moment, and then as you close it again, just relax it and just see if you can soften the face, the jaw. Let the tongue rest gently against the roof, that ridge behind your 2 front teeth and the roof of your mouth. And then let's feel the breath. Let's take a long, slow breath in through the nose. And just feel the breath moving. And we start to become more and more mindful now, using our breath as the next part of the practice. As you're ready to exhale, notice what's happening as you breathe out. And see if you can lengthen the exhale just to breathe out till you're really empty. And then witnessing that next spontaneous inhale. In through the nose. Belly expanding, ribcage expanding, chest maybe expanding slightly. And then witnessing the exhale, subtle, gentle contraction again. Contracting the belly, the ribcage, and the upper chest. Just bearing witness with each breath as you breathe naturally now. But even after just those 2 breaths, noticing that there's still a little bit more expansion to go. So we'll be very intentional that we're going to breathe deeply, steadying our breath. What you might begin to notice is that there's often a correlation between the rate of your breath and how your mind is the rate of your thoughts. So when we want to really start to slow down the mind, we can become more mindful in our breathing and just steady and slow down the breath. This will naturally lengthen it. And notice now if you can hear the sound of the exhale. It's soft. So we'll start to notice the sounds around us now. The sound of the breath going in. The short pause at the top of that breath, and then the sound of the breath going back out again. Now you might notice that your attention drifts away, maybe to other sounds, maybe sounds in the distance or in the environment. But see how you can just refocus by gently bringing your attention back to the sound of your breath. Moving in and moving out. And then we'll shift our focus now from the breath and we'll scan our body one more time. Just again with the subtle intention to release any other tension that may have accumulated in the physical body. So we'll begin at the top of your head this time, softening, relaxing, releasing as you bring your attention down your neck, across your shoulders, all the way down both arms. Feel the weight of your hands resting in your lap. Notice the temperature of the air against your skin. The skin on your face, the tip of your nose, the skin in your hands or any part of your body that might be exposed. Your arms, your feet, your legs. Moving that attention now down the back of your body. Softening, releasing and relaxing more. Notice what's happening in the front of your body. Your tummy, your belly, softening. Moving then down both legs. Just scan what's happening in your legs, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your shins, all the way down to your ankles. Softening. And then your feet, the soles of your feet, the top of your feet. Maybe wiggle your toes and release any other tension, softening. And see if we can really draw in our awareness of that inner sound. Imagine you're just refocusing your attention on what you can hear. Follow the breath in and just feel if you can connect with your inner sound. Even as a faint idea. And now I invite you to bring that awareness from the sound, the inner sound, to a more felt sense of your heart beating. It's a subtle electrical impulse. Beating away there in the background. Connect with that area around your chest. Imagining where the heart is. Protected by the fluid in your body, the rib cage, the whole structure of your body is like a casing for this beautiful heart. The heart is where we really feel how we're feeling. Just take a pause here and ask yourself, how am I feeling? Checking in with yourself. How do I feel right now? We're going to bring another question into that space, the heart space. What is my heart's desire? Again, you're not looking for an answer. It's a gentle inquiry. What's my heart's desire for the feast for the soul? And letting go the question, imagine now that you've planted it as an idea or a seedling in that beautiful, fertile soil of your heart. We want to fertilize these seeds now by connecting with the qualities in the heart, the qualities that are inherent in every heart. There's love. Just saying the word love, feel the word love, imagine the feeling of love. And then let's move on to the quality of peace. All of the hearts here today and beyond are capable of deep, deep peace. Peace. And then the third quality for today will be harmony. Breathing in the quality of harmony into your heart. Balancing the right and left hemispheres of the energy moving up and down your spine. The masculine, the feminine. Bringing in harmony, which will lead to coherence. So we're just cultivating those qualities. Coherence, harmony. So let's put them all together now. Love. We'll just silently repeat the qualities. Love. Peace. Peace. And harmony. And feel a softening and a gentle expansion in your heart. It's expanding in its capacity for love, expanding our capacity for peace. And expanding our capacity for harmony within. Love, peace, harmony. And now we let go of this part of the practice and we'll just rest here in being, in our own stillness, silence. And notice whenever that silence is interrupted by anything like a thought or a sound, sensation. Come back to the qualities of love, peace, and harmony. Allow that feeling of silence to really expand. Feeling silence. Experiencing the stillness. And let's start to draw this part of the practice to a close by taking a breath in, just a gentle breath. And feel that very subtle movement of the breath. All of this subtle movement, everything that's moving in me, in you, moving in the world, all this is pervaded by this divinity, this divine. Noticing that there is some silent, still witness, observing quietly as you practice. Now we'll take another breath, but we'll make this one a little bit longer. So breathing in through the nose, expanding a little bit more. And letting the practice go as you breathe back out again. And as we withdraw again from the expansion within the practice, we just start to come back to what we would consider a regular state. So we'll just gently bring our awareness back. I always say go out, come back the way you went out. So coming back through those qualities in the heart, feeling the expansion of love, the expansion of peace within. And then that expansion and coherent harmony. And it's moving through you as you to every cell, muscle, tissue, system in your body. And as we begin to expand our awareness again in terms of taking in the external environment, notice the sounds around you. Notice the subtle movement if you wiggle your toes, your fingers, or even gently roll your shoulders or your head. Come back nice and gently. And we'll come back out as we went in, like I said, and just feel some quieting down in your physical body, in your emotional body, in your mind. And just feel and experience as you integrate the benefits of your practice. You know, the benefits are immediate. So observing those benefits as you integrate them. Start to really come back now and just to maybe gently opening your eyes with a downward gaze, very subtly, fluttering the eyelids perhaps, keeping everything nice and soft. Feel both feet firmly on the ground. We always want to root and ground ourselves after our practice. So really let your feet be firmly grounded. I invite you to maybe take your hands together. You could rub them just to create a little bit of heat. And before you really commit to opening your eyes, you could cup those hands just gently over your eyes, your eyelids, your face. And take all the time you need to very slowly and gently come back into a very wakeful state. I also like to invite everybody to stretch perhaps into their environment, take up the space of being here now. Or if you want to take a stretch up over your head, gently stretching side to side, whatever feels good. Follow your own natural way of being after your practice. I like to end with Pranamasana, which is like prayer position. And just taking those fingertips to your forehead, I invite you to take a bow to yourself for your practice, for showing up on day 5 of Feast for the Soul. And then when you release that, we really release ourselves back into this Sangha, into this beautiful community. We're now very coherent. And just really connect to those. I love the back of your thumbs, just gently pressing against your breastbone or your chest. And really feel that interconnectivity, that silence and stillness that connects us all, that joins us together. And, you know, we've been starting off slowly with the feast. We'll be gradually building on this practice. So, you know, really making time to connect at the end is such a big part of what the feast is about. It's really an opportunity to become part of a community or to connect with people maybe in your state or country, or you're online or something, you know, whatever, however you connect with people in person or online. But, you know, that's really the essence of the feast, I think. And I'm glad that we have Sue on this, and Mary Walsh has been supporting, and they're both feast faculty as well. They're doing their practices. But, you know, it does work if we do it, and we just want to make sure we're fully grounded when we come out of it. And just have that moment of reflection, like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? You know, what does the feast mean for me? And, you know, on previous occasions it could have been, you know, significant for one reason. And now you might be in a state where you're really developing or deepening your practice, or maybe you're here for the first time. But, you know, we're delighted that you're here, and I'm grateful to practice with you. And thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording now.